You know what? Screw the intro. I'm back, and I bring part 2 of Pillaryruins8. And in case you want to get yourself caught up before you go on, feel free to watch part 1 before you go on with this. For those who already did watch part 1, we've covered around 10 videos so far of Pillaryruins just on their channel. But in today's part, we'll go through their community posts and the other 2 channels, Insects B and Observations. I won't keep you waiting, I just want to keep it short. So let's start with the first video now. Entry starts with Pillar in the game that has some slightly noticeable changes. It's all black! And NPCs with names of I'm sorry just scattered around the outside. And Guyz is in there talking with them via the menu chats that Pillar also uses. And Guyz just questioning what happened to the game. And Pillar is acting strange too, compared to like the previous video in part 1 with like aggression.avi. And when they both go into the house, there's an NPC with the name of Why Won't Leave, which will be involved in what I talk about after this entry. And Guyz seems to apologize for something, but Pillar asks for forgiveness themselves for their previous outburst in aggression.avi, and they do get that forgiveness. And now they just chat and ask each other about their day and such. Just chatting, just bonding again. And skipping a bit, Guyz has to leave, leaving Pillar alone. And a bit after that, it shows up again. And red text, seemingly from it, says, "How much longer now, Pillar? Are you tired of the delusions?" Which could imply something darker about Pillar's current state and of what it has done to them. And now that entry is over, I can bring up my overview. Woohoo! Before the overview though, the description of the entry reads, "Sometimes you must risk everything," and with some Morse code below that I was unable to solve, so if you manage to solve it, just leave it in the comments and figure it out. Anyhow, the overview. The video as a whole, I just interpret it as Pillary's mind right now. It's dull and black, it's full of guilt, such as with the NPCs that say, like, with the names of I'm sorry after their outburst in the previous video in part 1. And so far, Pillar seems to be getting worse with the delusions, or it, as they keep coming back, and Pillar wants them to leave. And they might not be able to take this on for much longer anyway. They're getting tired of it, as it says. And hopefully, just maybe, they'll get better by the next video, or by the end of this series anyway. Anyhow, let's go on to that next video, shall we?
I'm worried. Did I do something wrong?
Not at all. It's all in his head. There's nothing you can do to help him mentally. But you could try to help him emotionally.
I don't know. I'm just really worried. What if it gets worse? What if he...
I assure you it'll be fine. Even if things go downhill, you have to be no.
Yeah, I guess. I don't know. I really don't know how to feel about insects. Just I don't know.
I understand. You must have favorites then, Hannah.
Yeah. Thanks for the reassurance.
Anytime. I'll see you soon.
Okay.
The overview board of doom and despair and agony. Overall, Guyz just seems concerned for Pillar. She wants to help but doesn't know how to. And the blue text telling her it'll be fine, and you know that if it's all just gone to chaos for Pillar. she still has the B, aka insect B. But the blue text eventually reassures her of her worries that it'll all be okay in the end. One thing I can't answer though fully is who could be that blue text. Maybe we'll find out, but for now I think it's just Get's consciousness, which is just telling herself it'll be fine instead of someone else. But maybe it'll be someone different. Now, moving on to that next video, maybe this one starts with a spooky and dark version of Pillary's game, and Guest isn't it. She just wanders around until she encounters someone new entirely, a user named Animadverto. That name will be important later. They both communicate using the menu chats, and Animadverto doesn't seem to be hostile. But how they got there, we'll talk about that later as well. However, the video ends with Guest talking about her day being a 4 out of 10. Jeez, Guess isn't doing so hot. Anyway, the overview. The video has the same vibe from like Blacklight, with its dark and not so happy feel to it, obviously, from there. Talking about Animadverto, replacing that one in the user with an I, you get Animadverto, just with an I, that's just an I. It's Latin, and what it means is to pay attention to notice, observe, or to judge, which rhymes with what they do, or they're doing right now in the video. Observe, and that will be much important later. Where they came from, I'm not really sure. I don't know. How they joined it, I don't really know. I don't know. That's just something I really can't answer. Anyhow, let's move on to that next video. The entry begins with Pillary joining into their game, with the start of the music playing in the background, and Guest is just driving a car or just really goofing around. They both communicate via the menu chats, and just goofing around, and just to summarize a few minutes, then it shows up again. And again, I'm just gonna say, that thing reminds me of flowers. You cannot prove me wrong. It does. Anyhow, the red text that it says seems to be, you can't avoid it forever, and your insolence is only temporary, and you'll give in inevitably, one way or another. That will be all for later though. Skipping a bit of those shenanigans, Pillary freezes, and Morse code seems to play in the background, which again will be for later. It cut to a view of Pillary again.
Is it true?
It depends on what you are asking.
Are you just a delusion?
Well, are your emotions real?
Yeah.
Then we are doomed.
Will I lose them?
You will.
Is there anything I can do to stop it?
The outcome has been decided for a long while now.
What do you mean?
Animadverto.
Who?
The white represented Pillary, and the red text is seen would represent the delusions. Overview time. Very fun. I should kill myself. Anyway, so overall, the video was pretty informative, with what I'll call the delusions appearing in that video, and some confirmation of what I originally did, confirmed for myself, are now true, such as the delusions, as the video says in the end, are a part of, or seems to be a part of, Pillary's emotions, or really in their head somewhat. Also, with the Morse code, I managed to solve it, and it just means that. Clean that up, and now it means that, which is a link. It leads to this. It's just really of someone apologizing with some stuff on the side along scrolling down. It's like a notepad of the text. Why does it only keep appearing in that one corner? Why won't it leave us alone? And then repeats. And then down to the final screenshot, it shows Animadverto with something below their avatar titled Bystander. And Bystander, or Animadverto, saying that time is a matter none of us have. It is running out. The clock keeps ticking. Digital death. And that is all I found that seems worth mentioning in this video. Let's move on to the next one, shall we? The video starts with, oh, Pillary's voice reveal.
Hi.
I don't think they sound too okay though. And it all takes place in Pillary's game with distorted music playing in the background. Anyhow, Insects is back, and the gang is all back together for once. Pillary sounds a bit tired, or at least sounds like those delusions have taken quite the toll on them. Pillary says some stuff in chat, and really just apologizing to the group entirely, along with please forgive me in the chat, because all that Pillary really wants is just their forgiveness. And judging from Insect's response, they're not getting it. Then Guest says, I forgive you. Pillary seems surprised on what Guest just said, and wants to type something back, but they erase it. They seem to know already. Skipping a bit, Pillary types in the chat, I remember when we all just sat down and watched this very TV right here. He reminisces on the past, until Insects responds in the chat, Pillary, I'm tired of you being so mean to us. Pillary says,
He's actually talking to him.
Then he types back, but it's stopped by Insects saying something else. You're not the only one seeing these hallucinations. Pillary types, I'm sorry, but erases it afterward. Insect says, and yet you are the only one who is acting like this. Pillary responds with, I'm sorry. With Pillary just mumbling that he's sorry.
I'm sorry.
Please stay as his friend.
Please.
Insects types, I can't forgive you just yet. If I were Pillary right now, I'd probably be destroyed by those words. Let's skip a bit to where Pillary types, I can't do this. I can't do this anymore. I've been so selfish. I've been completely losing it over these stupid creatures we all keep seeing. And Insects responds back, Pillary, if you're thinking about doing that, don't. And you can still redeem yourself. Pillary types back, I already thought it through. Pillary seems to be contemplating suicide. He thought it through. He's gonna kill himself. It's gonna be worth it, according to Pillary.
Be worth it.
Pillary's gonna do it. Insects tries to get him not to do it in chat, but Pillary thinks he even deserves it. Insects wants Pillary to redeem himself. Pillary seems to not want to redeem himself. He only thinks of it as an escape from his life, from all of the delusions. He just wants out of his current suffering and tells Guest, okay, who didn't tell me he had a gun? By the way, Guest doesn't know of any of this, due to Guest only be able to see the main chats, of course, not the real one. How sad. Skipping once more, the delusion seems to appear once again with the red text, and the video ends from there. Overview time. As usual, in this one, Pillary is now dead, as is implied in the video and quite literally shown and heard that they have committed suicide and will no longer be present. And it seems that Animadverto will be now taking over the channel for Pillaryruins8. Pillary has left, and with that, Insects is probably devastated, and Guest doesn't know yet until they see the video. And in the end, the delusions show up again, saying that it seems our game is over for now, and we'll see you in the encore. And that is all I can come up with this overview. Moving on to the next entry. The entry starts with it all taking place in a very yellow game with some interesting music in the background. The one recording seems to be Animadverto. The ones in the game with them are Guest and Insects. Animadverto seems to be a quote-unquote a simple observer, and how they're on Insect and Guest side, and as they say themselves, can be referred to as simply Verto. So from now on, Animadverto is now just Verto. And based on how they act and talk, it's like they encountered each other off camera before or talked before separately from this video. Skipping a little bit, Verto talks on how Insects and Guests have to said Verto will be here, whether they like it or not, and how they all have a common enemy, aka the delusions, or it, whatever. And from what Verto says, the delusion seems to be a phenomenon occurring throughout Roblox, and how the only ones who have documented fully were Insects and Pillary. And the delusions could get stronger as it feeds on negative emotions within someone, or if they have some sort of trauma from their past and use that against them, and how over time it can convince you that they are real, as if they were trapped souls, like how Verto says. And Insects gives us some important information as well, how after Pillary's death, the delusions were able to appear outside of Roblox and into other games such as Minecraft, even Nintendo games, and able to appear as physical hallucinations in Insect's mind, as Insect says to Verto. And that's all I got from this. Let's go into the description where it reads, "This is the second part to their games, aka the delusions. I'll be taking over this channel from here, just in case. I hope you don't mind." We're gonna skip the interview so I can tell you something very important. There's gonna be a part 3. Woohoo, more video. So I can fully wrap up Pillaryruins8 properly without stretching the video length too much, and just so I don't get tired myself. Stay tuned for part 3, I suppose. In part 3 we will actually go over everything else, like the I don't know, Insects, his channel, and Observations channel, like such as that. And remember, like and subscribe if you want, because that's how I know you guys actually like these videos, and that surprisingly motivates me to make more. Believe me, it motivates me to see even one subscriber do that. Oh, and bye.